it going? I'm here to do November's book haul. I got all of these books in October, so I wanted to show them to you because I was really excited. We being Stacy and I, found a lot of deals, and I'm really excited to show you because I know that you'll be excited too. First, I'm going to show all of the books that I purchased at full price. The first book that I got is Plague, and this is by Michael Grant. It is the fourth book in the Gone series. The first one's Gone, second Hunger, third Lies. I actually did a review on all of them, so I will put links up here somewhere. I don't want to say what this book is about, but I will tell you that Gone is about this world where a bubble was created around this town, and everyone over the age of 15 disappeared, and everyone 15 and younger, including the babies, were left to fend for themselves, and this is the fourth book in that series. Now, Stacy and I did get a lot of the same books because I know that she told the stories. Joseph Beth, where we go get books, Joseph Beth Cincinnati, they had their annual children's book sale, and they have all of the YA, not all of the way, but they have their YA included in the children's books. So YA is like crazy on sale. So we got a lot of the same books. And then there was also a group of authors that we were unfortunately not able to make it to, but they did have a bunch of signed copies left over, so we were able to snag up some of those, and she got a lot of the same stuff that I did, because like I said, there was just bulk on sale, and the same authors were there, so I got a lot of the same stuff she did. But the next thing that I got was Hold Me Closer, Necromancer, and this is by Lish McBride. I love this cover. It's so shiny and pretty. Emma loves it too. I think that's one of the reasons why. It was either this one or Enclave that Stacey picked up because Emma was just obsessed with it. But what this is about is a boy named Sam, and he figures out that he is not the only necromancer in the world. And if you don't know what a necromancer is, it's someone that can raise the dead or talk to the dead. And it says Sam is given one option: join forces with Douglas, who is the other necromancer, or else. So it sounds really good. There's apparently a bunch of paranormal creatures involved, a werewolf girl being one of them. The one thing that I didn't like about this, and I almost didn't pick it up, is that there is an exclamation point on the back, which means that there's exclamation points in the writing, and that usually makes the writing seem a little bit more childish to me, so I'm not usually a huge fan of books that do that. I know the Darren Shan books do that, and they're a little bit more childish because of it, so I was worried that that was going to affect this, but I guess that we will see. The last book that I purchased at full price, I was so embarrassed to get. I kind of like slid in under all the other ones, but it was 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this is about. I don't even actually know what it's about. I just know that it's got a lot of interesting scenes, I will say. If you've read that, tell me in the doobly-doo so I can get your guys' opinions on it, because I'm a little worried to read it. I'm not really a huge fan of Nazi scenes, so I'm a little bit worried about how I'll like that book. So the next books that I'm going to be talking about are the books that I got at the children's sale that Joseph Beth had. If you guys have some sort of sale going around in one of your local bookstores, you should definitely check it out, because even if you get one book on sale, it's still worth it. We're lucky enough that they have a bunch of big sales all the time, but you can go to your libraries, you can go to all kinds of different places, and you can find books for really cheap. So the first book that I got on this sale was Immortal, and this was by Gillian Shields. What this book is about is a girl who goes to a boarding school by the sea, and she's absolutely miserable there. She's a scholarship student. She doesn't get along with any of the snobby students, but there is a boy named Sebastian there who is her only lifeline. And it says that there is this girl who keeps appearing to Evie, who is the main character, and she seems very ghostly, and she is caught in between the past and present and somehow gets lost in between. So that sounds really good. And I got this one for only 99 cents, if you guys can see the sticker there. So even if it's not good, I mean, I only paid 99 cents for it. So if you've read this, also tell me in the doobly-doo, because I'd love to know more about it. The next two that I got in the bargain sale, they're part of a series, and I've been kind of interested in them for a while. I know they've been out for a pretty long time, but I didn't really know what they were about. But apparently they're about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And I really didn't know too much about the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse until I watched Supernatural. I mean, I knew about them, but I didn't really know as much. So I am, like, so excited to read these books because after watching Supernatural and seeing how interesting that they can really be, I'm really excited to read these books. So the first book that I got is Rage, and I got this for $3, $2.99. So this is about a girl named Missy who is just very angry at the world. And she chooses to be one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, like I said, and she is war. And so it sounds really good. It says, Rage is the story of a young woman who discovers her own power and refuses to be defeated by the world. And the next book is the second in the series, and it is Hunger. I forgot to say these are by Jackie Morris Kessler. And this one is Famine. The girl becomes famine. So I'm really excited to read these. I got this one for $2.99 also. And the covers are just so pretty and shiny. And I'm really excited to pick this series up. The next book that I got, we actually got 2 of. And it is Looking for Alaska by John Green. And as most of you know, we went to the John Green signing. I got one signed for me. But then I also got a signed copy for you guys. These were on sale, that's why we were able to pick them up. They were only $2.99. They had a bunch of John Green books there. And so we were able to pick up a Looking for Alaska for you guys. So if you guys just head over to the blog, there'll be a form there. Cannot wait to give this book away. Like I said, go check it out and enter the contest because it's a signed John Green book. And it has DFTBA on the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. The next book that I got is Restoring Harmony, and this is by Joelle Anthony. Basically what this book is about is after we use up all of our resources, after we use up all of our energy and our coal and our water, and what life is like after that. And I'm really excited to read this book because I'm a firm believer that if we do not start taking care of our planet, that this will happen. Sorry, I've got to kind of rush through these. Emma's getting really fussy, so I'm going to kind of rush through the rest of them. But I got the Vampire Academy graphic novel, which I love the Vampire Academy, and I read the whole series and I love it. And we got this, and I got it for only $3.99, and that is such a steal to get a graphic novel for that cheap. The next book that I got is Fire by Kristen Cashore. This is the second book in the Graceling series, and I have not finished Graceling yet. I started it at one point, but it was when I was pregnant and trying to plan my wedding, so I didn't really have time to get into it, and I wasn't really in the mood for the Graceling story. So I picked this up because it was so cheap. I really liked what I read of it, so I can't wait to pick the series back up. And now I have the second one to dive right into. The rest of the books that I got at Goodwill. So I got them all for like $0.25. And that's I think I paid like $3 for all of the rest of my books that I have. And that is so awesome. So definitely go check out, it's not Goodwill, Salvation Army. So go check out those consignment shops in your area because you can find really cheap books. The next one that I got is Out of the Dust by Karen Hesse, I don't know. What this is about is it's a bunch of poems, and we had to read this for school, and I really remember enjoying it. But it's a bunch of poems about the Great Depression and the Dust Bowl. So definitely check this out if that's a time period that interests you. The next couple books that I got, I know Stacey told her Goosebumps story. She sold them all to me for a couple dimes, and she actually made me buy them when I was like 7. So I have a couple of the books. I have Stay Out of the Basement. I have Deep Trouble. I have Welcome to Dead House, and you can't have them yet. And I have Monster Blood. So I loved the Goosebumps series when I was little. My husband and we actually bought a bunch of the movies. So I love Goosebumps. They're so goofy. They're so silly. I think my favorite that I remember reading is Night of the Living Dummy. So I was kind of bummed out that they didn't have those. And finally, the last book that I got at the Salvation Army was Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, and this is by Fanny Flagg, and I absolutely love this movie. My sister showed me this movie once, and I was not really into it because I was a lot younger, maybe 11 or 12, and I wasn't really into movies that looked old, you know what I mean? They had that like that low quality or that filmy look to it, and Fried Green Tomatoes is one of those movies, but she told me that I needed to watch it because it's a movie about helping people. And I watched it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I'm so glad that I watched it, and I really want to read the book. Because, and apparently that this is a real place. You can actually go to the Whistle Stop Cafe and get food there. So I thought that was really cool. I would love to be able to do that one day. So that is all the books. Bye, guys.